Do. It is. I'm quite sure. Yeah. It's 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. It is Friday the 31st of October, AD 2025. And the views expressed on Hake do not represent Hake, Bond, JLP, or anything. And happy Halloween. I mentioned off air during the if you're listening on the listen line, happy Halloween to those who celebrate, and to those who hate it or don't, shout out. How's that? It's fun, or it's fun for kids anyway. Adults turns kind of degenerate. Anyway, yeah. So I'm still like working on this thing. I turned it even more faded, but anyway, nice, sweet. You can call in 1-888-775-3773. You can super chat by going to wherever you are. You can probably super chat nowadays. It's buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. There is youtube.com/The Hake Report. There is rumble.com/The Hake Report. There's, of course, Ko-fi, kind of like a Bill Lotwood. Ko-fi, Ko-Fi. It's probably supposed to be pronounced coffee, but then that would be confusing because then you'd write out Coffee. So anyway, nice. This is bugging me. I feel like ripping it off. This little clear tape thing. Yeah, and I always like lay it down. That's what I do. I feel like I'm gonna rip it off. Murderer. Anyway, nice. Much better. Rip that off too. Oh, now my fingers are gonna be sticky on the trackpad. I get what I deserve. Is that called what? Is that cluster B personality disorder? It kind of is. It's rooted in anger. It's evil. What is up, CSALadito? CSAL? Not Saladito. Thank you. She says, what, you monetized? Celebration hands and white Hispanic hands emoji. Did you know that there is a white Hispanic hands in the chat? There's literally the baby in Anchor Baby emoji. Look into it. And shout out to the Anchor Baby. He taught me how to find I saw it in the chat. Window semicolon. Window button semicolon to pull up the emoji menu. And on the on the Mac or Apple stuff, yeah, Mac desktop, it is like Command Control Space or something to that effect. But anyway, the lines are filling up. You can call in. You're welcome to, and I do intend to get to you. It is 888-77-JESSE. We're on his platform. And good morning, Jim and Nicole. Afternoon, evening, early morning for the various people on the various continents and states and different things. Do you know your states and continents and countries? And capitals? We're going to get going here. Look at that. The 10 freeway, early morning. Sunrise, after sunrise, of course. Traveling east. Rises in the east, the sun does, and sets in the west. Explain that, flat earthers. Shout out. But, just double check things here. Gonna have the Fallen State and then American Anchor Baby. I think I mentioned that. Anyway, everybody. Let's just get right on with the AJ Gallardo original theme song, The Hake Report! acoustic guitar sound. And the beautiful scenery.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
So, how you guys doing? I'm fine. Isn't this beautiful? Papa. Those are dirt cliffs. It's not rock cliffs. So I would not recommend scaling them because they would just crumble and just fall apart, as has happened many a time. Look at that bright sun. I feel like I'm blinding myself looking at that. Have you ever seen people welding? You know, they weld with those acetylene torches or something like that, and it makes a bright light. I see them sometimes on these car shows and things. And man, oh man, they are bright. I feel like the TV is going to blind me. But the TV can only give you just a blank white screen. So, anyway, very nice. Very nice. Thanks for joining, everybody. Let me get with a caller here. Michael in Canada is on the line, and I'd like to get to him. He sometimes has the day off on Friday, so I'd like to get to him, I think. What's up, Michael?
Southern night. Have you ever felt a southern night? Free as a breeze, not to mention the trees. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, it's good to hear from you, man. Were you talking about...
Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you.
Pagan.
No, I looked it up. I have it actually right here. Let me show you guys. If we mosey on over. So it is not necessarily just straight pagan. By the way, look at this. I made a GIF.
Let me open my TV.
So it's not necessarily pagan. By the way, when you did a super chat telling me to have Jesse repeat after you, podcast.
Yeah.
Is it because he says podcast?
Yeah. Because the last caller was saying your little podcast, you live in your podcast world.
Oh,
no, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about because he said podcast. Just like he was saying, you can call on your iPad. That was funny.
So when I asked Grok, far left Grok, which is an AI affiliated with X and
the best one.
Yeah. No, Halloween is Halloween Christian? No, Halloween is not Christian in origin or primary character. But yes, Halloween is a little bit Christian in name and
I don't know,
whatever. Halloween traces its roots to ancient Celtic or Celtic. Celtic or Celtic? Boston Celtics or Boston Celtics? Celtic festival.
Celtics. I'm pretty sure.
What'd you say?
Celtics.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
All right. I think they're both acceptable depending on context or one or the other. Samhain or Samhain. Wow. I don't understand Irish. Celebrated around October 31st to mark the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter in pre-Christian Ireland and Scotland. It looks like Samhain, S-A-M-H-A-I-N, but it's pronounced S-A-H, all caps. Samhain. Samhain was a pagan festival involving bonfires to ward off spirits, costumes, often animal skins, to disguise oneself from ghosts. Ooh. Beliefs that the boundary between the living and the dead thinned around that time, allowing spirits to roam. It was not a Christian holiday, but a pre-Christian polytheistic, meaning multiple God thing, one tied to nature and the supernatural, but no mention of any false gods here. So isn't that the issue, is thou shalt not follow any false gods? Anyway, the name Halloween comes from All Hallows Eve, the evening before All Saints' Day. Hallows being an old school word for saints. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. So All Saints Day, November 1st, a Christian feast established by the evil Catholic Church.
Catholic
Oh,
Church.
Lord, to honor the saints. Likely
Yes, they
placed
got a lot of saints, man.
likely placed in the 8th century by Pope Gregory III to Christianize existing pagan festivals like Samhain, a common practice called Interpretatio Christiana. Nice. So we annexed the pagan holidays and made them Christian. So it's Christian. Earlier date for All Saints Day was May 13th, set in the 7th century. So just like 100 years later, we turned it into November for... but today's Halloween, trick-or-treating, jack-o'-lanterns, costumes is a secular, they say, meaning it's outside of religion, I guess, commercial holiday shaped by Irish and Scottish immigrants bringing Samhain customs to America in the 1800s, 19th century. American commercialization in the 20th century, candy companies, Hollywood, etc. Some Christians celebrate it innocently, others reject it as pagan or occult, hidden wisdom. But it's neither inherently Christian nor anti-Christian, it's eclectic culturally. So I'm like, it is Christian in name and relatively recent history, but it's mainly not Christian, and it's controversial or evil among some Christians, but really it's no big deal, I say. There you are.
Amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, you didn't even call about that. Oh, you called me a pagan for saying Happy Halloween after you tricked me.
No. It's just a joke, man. I don't care
Right
about
on.
that. I'm too old for that, man.
Right on. Same.
It's cool.
Yeah. So
yeah, you got me fired.
I got
this
you
morning.
fired? Fired or fired
not
up?
You, but all of y'all. No, not Derek, because he's trying, but Jesse is old. We can cut him some slack.
Right.
But he's young.
One
He's
of the things that I would have mentioned.
Years old.
Say again?
He's 74 years old, young.
I think 76, actually. But
Yeah.
who's counting?
He's a young man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you're
Because
mad about mad about us defending
No, I'm not
Israel?
mad about it.
Okay.
I'm not mad,
Okay.
I'm still your biggest fan.
Nice.
But, when you say Israel this, Israel that, first of all, I don't think that the Bible mentioned Israel as the country as it is today. So the spiritual thing, it's not tangible. And you live in America, not in Israel.
Yeah.
So we had two real Americans who don't know any other country, who got a conversation. You know who I'm talking about. Can I mention the name?
My competitors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The future president.
Right, the future president.
Had a conversation with, can we say the host thing?
Another competitor of mine. Yeah, I mentioned them. We can say it once. Tucker Carlson interviewed Nick J. Fuentes.
Yep. And they had a conversation about the future of America and the policies, and they didn't even really talk about Israel that much.
Yeah.
And we got some people in the media, like the Daily Mail. Can I say his name? It's an article.
Oh, a Daily Mail a person in Daily Mail? Oh.
Yeah, an article.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Josh Hammer.
I've heard of that guy. I've seen him on X. He's like, is he somewhat of a conservative?
Yeah, conservative.
Is he Jewish or Christian?
We don't
or
say
what?
that loosey-goosey conservative.
Yeah.
It depends on which country you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He goes on to say, Josh Hammer wrote, quote, "The fox is now comfortably in the hen house." There's another word after that, but I can't pronounce it, so. And unless the fox is neutralized, neutralize.
Yeah.
The victim could be the entire extent GOP coalition itself. Neutralize. So I don't know what to think about that. Not 2 months ago, someone got killed, neutralized,
Yeah.
because he was calling a Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
What Mark Levin goes on X to say about Nick and Mr. Tucker. And after that, we got, so that's that. So, and we got another Jewish, who's a boss of another news outlet, we can say, who say he don't give a damn. He don't give a darn about the United States becoming a brown country.
Oh, yeah.
And we got
I've heard that
another
quote.
person, Daniela West, she's from an organization in Israel. The name is something, but they are called the Godmother. What about big heads, eh? And she said that Palestinians will need to move from Gaza, and Canada is a big country, Africa is a big country,
Oh, wow.
and other countries are big, and they will absorb these people. Do you understand that? So that's your biggest ally. These people are not to trust. There was Trump in Israel like a week ago, and then J.D. Vance, and then other diplomats from the United States going to Israel to make sure that the peace deal was going on. They go out to the U.S., and the first day that there are no American politicians in Israel, they bomb Gaza again, blaming it on Hamas. Where's the deal now? What's the deal? It's all about money. And don't forget that these people who I mentioned were all never Trumper before, because the man said one thing, and one thing you should never say to these people. From now on, we're gonna put America first. When you say that, they all hate you. And now, I love Trump, but he's compromised. And there's no way you can say otherwise. And now times are changing. You know, you see what happened to J.D. Vance. Times are changing. You got to choose your camp now.
What happened to J.D. Vance, or what happened to Charlie Kirk?
But Charlie Kirk got killed, and someone now is calling to someone to be neutralized, right, in the media. I don't think it's a good thing. You don't say that.
What makes
someone
you
just
say
got
that?
Killed.
What makes you say that Trump is compromised?
You know, he's doing moves like you see on TV. But I don't know how to say that, man. He's not putting America first. That's for sure. Not right now.
How is that?
With the deportation, there's not enough deportation.
But that's not his fault. He's amping up ways to increase the deportation. That's not true. He is putting America first in terms of the deportations.
And
what makes you think he's purposely not deporting enough?
No, I don't think that.
So
but
then why would you say that he's not putting America first? Well, you can say that he's not putting America first, but the deportations or lack thereof, that's not evidence that he's not putting America first.
He's the president, so if he won't, he can just do it, you know?
Not true.
Don't care about these judges. Don't care about the Democrat Party.
No,
just
that's not you. So you think, but you don't know. You're making an assumption.
I don't know. You're right. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not a fair. That's not a fair criticism about he's not putting America first.
But
That's a
taking money
disagreement
from a
about his
Jewish person
tactics.
after that bombing Iran.
What's that?
Now, he's trying to make deals. I understand that. But it's all about money, you know?
What are you
He got,
talking about now?
The $100 million that he received from Israel. He got, the first thing he said
You mentioned.
in 2016,
Wait, I was talking
he said
over
that
you.
these people
Start over.
will never be able to
Start
buy
over.
me.
Michael, start over. You mentioned something about bombing Iran, and I didn't catch what you said. And then you mentioned him getting
That's the
$100
deal.
million from Israel or something like that.
That's the deal. Not Israel. It's some woman.
Oh,
$100 million.
Miriam Adelson.
Yeah.
Okay, so she
So we gotta deal with them.
She gave him $100 million for his campaign or something.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, and so that has nothing to do with whether he's putting America first. He bombed Iran. What does that have to do with?
Because he said he will never be bought. Now he's taking money from these people.
Just because he's taking money doesn't mean he's bought.
Yeah, because if you are given money, you got to do something for it.
How do you
Nobody's giving you money for fun.
They might be giving him money because they already agree with him.
How they can agree with him?
They agree with him and they trust him.
Their war. He's gonna do their war. So yeah, before that they were Neville Trumper because he didn't understand
Miriam
that. Trump
Adelson
didn't understand how it wasn't implicated.
Again, this is just assumption on your part. How is bombing Iran not? What does bombing Iran have to do with being compromised and not being America first?
No. I mean, switch the question.
Okay.
How bombing Iran is good for the U.S.?
Trump thinks that Iran is getting nuclear weapons, and he thinks that that's not good for America.
It's not good for America?
Yeah.
You think they're gonna bomb America?
I don't know. They don't like us.
They can't do that, man.
How do you know?
America is the biggest army in the world. If you want, you just nuke them. It's over.
So you just gave me another assumption that this is somehow not America first, just because he bombed Iran. You're thinking that it's Israel first. What's that?
Nobody wants that. Nobody asked Trump to do that. Just the Israelis does, but the American people never told him to bomb Iran.
So what?
Not like there was a 9/11.
He doesn't need. He's self-led. He doesn't need to be told by Americans to bomb Iran.
Yeah, because he's your president. So
How does it hurt America to bomb Iran?
Because that's in your interest.
How do you know that?
How do I know that? Because the Iranian regime is not a threat, man. Not for America.
How do you know that?
China is a threat.
I know that.
Russia is a threat.
Right? And Iran is not.
Iran.
I don't know, but you're making an assumption. You said it cannot be questioned that Trump is compromised, and then you gave me the fake deportation thing, which you acknowledge now that that's not fair. And then you give me the Iran thing, and Trump is paid by
because of the Israelis. But
what? What's that?
It's not fair because it's not because of the Israelis. It's because a lot of the other things.
Yeah, the deportation numbers.
And the judges.
Yeah, and that has nothing to do with him putting America first or not putting America first. He's putting America first in terms of the immigration thing. That I don't think that any fair person can call that into question. He's even according to CNN, he's even limiting the number of refugees allowed into the country because Biden wanted over 100,000. He's bringing it down to like 7,500 a year in terms of refugees.
Just shut it down, but are you agreeing that there's not enough?
Not enough what?
Deportation.
Yeah, I think he even agrees.
Yeah.
But that's not his fault.
You can do it if you want.
You don't know that.
Maybe.
He could do it if he wants and get impeached or something. He wants to do it the right way. He's doing it in an orderly way, whereas you young impetuous people. Impetuous, do you know what that means?
Nope.
That means that you just want to do it and F everybody else. Forget everybody else. Sorry, kids, don't say F. Forget everybody else. But sometimes you have to work with people and pretend like you're going along with these judges and stuff. Or at least like go along with the judges for a time until it gets unreasonable.
Yeah, but times
So
are changing.
you're being
You can't,
impetuous, whereas Trump is being smart and wise and going about things the right way. You imagine that you being president, you would do a better job than Trump, which is insane.
No, don't say that. Not than Trump, man.
But in terms of
Still love
deportations,
Trump, man. It's
you
not
think that
about
you would
Trump,
deport
but-
people better as president than Trump would, which
but
I don't think
people
that you're
wanted
being
the-
realistic.
I know you don't care about that, but people wanted the Epstein file. He didn't do it
What does that have to do with putting America first?
because there's a lot of, maybe there's a lot of information that people wanted to know about that.
You don't think
Like,
that all the
who's
information
behind all of that?
you don't think there's been many lawsuits and prosecutions of this thing across many courts, many lawyers on both sides? You don't think that most of the information is not already pretty well known?
No, I don't think so, man.
Because a lot of what you believe in is made up about the Epstein thing. Let me
I
show
don't
you.
believe anything about the Epstein.
Yeah, you do. You believe that there's a lot of people wrapped up in a pedophile ring or something, right?
I don't think pedophiles.
Okay, well, you think there's a lot of people such as like Prince Andrew. Do you think Prince Andrew slept with that gal?
Maybe.
But you don't know then.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Michael
maybe.
Tracy says King Charles gave in to the mob pressure and stripped his brother's title. Prince Andrew is no longer known as Prince Andrew. And kicked out of his mansion. They don't have castles anymore, unfortunately, I guess. Based on absolutely nothing other than repackaged claims of a discredited serial fabulist. A fabulist is a woman who lies, right? It's truly an amazing testament to the power of mass hysteria and moral panic. It's like the Salem witch trial, but of 2025. And this girl, who was of legal age per England thing, anyway, but there's no evidence that he slept with her or anything, or R-worded her. And she's led a miserable life, smearing men and playing victim and getting divorced and becoming miserable, getting into a car accident and having some type of issue and then committing suicide. And everybody wants to act like this guy is this bad guy. He may be, but there's no evidence. So same thing with all these other people. It's all speculation. And Trump not wanting to release the Epstein files has nothing to do with anything. It's just speculation.
Well, he said it himself. There's a lot of names in there that may be not good for these people, but they have nothing to do with it.
Exactly, because Trump...
That was a little bit suspicious, but
that's not
it's all right.
That's not suspicious at all. What the heck? That's not suspicious to say that people can be named in... Because Epstein dealt with a lot of people. He rubbed elbows with a lot of people. That doesn't mean...
Yeah.
And some people visited his island. Just because they visited his island doesn't mean that... Little St. James Island, by the way. Doesn't mean that they did anything.
James Island.
But you said that there's that it cannot be denied that Trump is compromised, and you haven't given me anything.
No, I got nothing on the top of my head. I'm French.
And you think-
French, man.
and you think
gotta
that he
give me
wants-
some slack, man.
You think that he wants wars for Israel, and he's going to get into wars, but he has never gotten into any wars for Israel.
He wants war for Israel. You don't understand that he wants some things, but he can't because of that. He got bought.
But you're assuming that he got
When
bought.
he first started, in
You're
2015,
assuming
he
he
didn't
has
even
so
know
much
what
money he can't be
was
bought,
like.
and he has so
Said
much
that
strength.
He can't be bought. He said that, and I think I thought that was real. But now he's receiving money from these people.
But
and now he's
receiving
doing
money is
something.
not anything. What does that mean? Receiving money, it doesn't mean that you're bought.
Nobody gives you money for nothing, man.
Yeah, they
If
do.
you can't be bought, why are you taking money then?
Bond receives so many donations, but you don't control us.
Yeah, but Jesse Lee Peterson is not a billionaire.
Trump is.
he
What does
has
that
to
have to do with
receive
being bought?
Yeah, because the only way you can't be bought is if you're a billionaire.
Not true.
Not true.
How do you figure that you can't? That what? You're not making sense, Michael. Do you have moral? Do you have moral character? Are you of strong moral character?
Come on, man.
Yes or no?
That doesn't exist.
I'm making a point, though. Do you have any
Yeah,
morality
I got
in you?
morals and characters.
All right. So just because somebody is giving you money doesn't mean that you're going to be controlled by them.
Yeah, but I got a job. My boss controlling me in a way because he's giving me money. But I got
But
to do what he
because
said.
you agreed to that, you entered into a relationship where you.
Yeah, and then Donald Trump, some woman in Israel said, "Hey, I can give you $100 million." He agreed to it.
So what?
So what? When I got to my interview at my job, he told me,
Miriam.
"I'm gonna pay you some money for each hours working here." And I say, "Yes." So what?
I know,
For
but
money.
this is called a donation. A donation doesn't necessarily have strings attached. Do you think that Trump would be better for Israel, or do you think that Kamala
I
Harris?
think you should just stop giving them money.
And no, that's not my question. Do you think Trump would be better for Israel, or would Kamala Harris be better for Israel?
That's not the question.
Yeah,
man.
no, it's my
Kamala
question.
Harris would be worse, man.
No, that's not my question. Who's better for Israel, Trump or Kamala?
What you mean by better for Israel? For the Israel, what
Say
they want to do?
say you're a
or
pro. Say you're pro-Israel. Pretend you're a pro-Israel.
Yeah.
Would you want Trump to win, or would you want Kamala to win?
Trump.
Exactly. That's it. That's all there is to it. You don't want
Yeah, but-
Kamala to win. If you're Israel.
You just
Or
made
if-
my point.
No, I didn't. Because Trump is already pro-Israel without even having to be paid. So they give him
No,
money
he's
to
supposed
support
to be
his
pro-America.
campaign. What?
It's supposed to be America first.
It is.
That's what he said.
It is America.
From
He
that
is America
day on.
first.
There's gonna be America first.
Do you understand that America first can be good for the rest of the world?
No, you can't give money, but for your own interest. Right now, you're giving money to a country with no interest.
Do you understand that being America first can be good for the rest of the world?
Yeah, of course. It's good for me, at least. in
Yeah.
Canada.
So if you were pro-Canada, you would donate to Trump, and you had a billionaire. If you were a billionaire, you would donate to Trump because you
Yeah,
already
thinking
trust
that
him
he's
to be
gonna
good
take
for Canada.
Yeah, so we can invade Canada, but there, yeah.
So how is that not America first? It's still America first.
Trump is to him to invade Canada. If an Israelite gives money to Trump, it's for something because he got something in his mind.
It's because he's good for Israel. He's already proven to be good for Israel. So he doesn't even have to change.
But why they were all never Trumper before?
Miriam, I don't know if Miriam Adelson was a never
A lot
Trumper.
of them were never Trumper.
Who-
Jesse had this Jewish guy.
Yeah, you're talking about Ben Shapiro. You're talking about like Dennis Prager, maybe. You're talking
I
about them.
looked up this interview like 3 days ago, and it didn't age well for him. Like
Who's
someone said in the comments, Ben Shapiro.
Ben
The
Shapiro.
Fox
Yeah,
States interview with Jesse.
but
It was like 5 years ago, maybe.
because they're
6 years ago.
because we all know that Jewish people tend to be intellectuals, and intellectuals cannot grasp, which is what you're being right now, cannot grasp the brilliance of Trump. Because you're living in your head. And that's what Jews do.
It's the other way around. In 2015-16, I grasped.
You grasped the brilliance of Trump.
Not them. Now they see, oh, it can be bought. We can do something with it.
No, that's not what's going
I'm
on,
over
man.
here, Trump. Hey, you little boy, give me money. We don't bomb these.
No, they just
freaking
didn't
brown
realize
people.
that Trump is. They just didn't realize that Trump is brilliant.
He is, and
Yeah.
I love Trump.
Right.
For real. It's not to criticize him, but
Yeah, it is.
it's
You
a
said
game,
that he's
no, it's a
compromised
game,
and
he's
bought.
your president. And
Anyway.
he's supposed to be your employee. Yeah, he's bought. Everybody's bought.
How do you know he's bought? How do you figure that he's bought?
Because he's not doing the America First he was supposed to do.
But yes, he is.
We don't care about these countries.
Trump
He
doesn't
should
care about
take
these.
Canada back. He should conquer Canada and then Mexico to how can I say that? To make sure that his neighbor.
You really believe that never Trumpers bought Trump?
No. At first sight, they didn't think they could do it.
No.
They
But
know
you,
they can.
no. How about right now? Right now, Trump is bought by never Trumpers. You're saying,
They were never Trumper before.
right? Former never Trumpers, Jewish,
Yeah.
Israeli, have bought
People
Trump.
you
You think?
can't trust.
You
He
think?
was just out there in Israel trying to make a deal.
Every president goes to Israel and tries to make deals, except
Yeah,
for
but
Obama.
He was trying to make a peace deal, a real
Of
peace
course.
deal.
That's
Now they
good.
spit in
That's
his
good for
face
the
right
world.
now by bombing these people again.
Huh?
Now they spit in his face right now by bombing these people again.
That's not spitting in his face.
Yeah, it is.
How do you figure?
The first day after everybody
But
was
Hamas
out.
did the same thing. They can't be Hamas and
Hamas.
Israel were both bombing each other or trying to do
Now
stuff.
you're going to go on Google, look at the obviously round world, and you're going to look up Gaza on the satellite view and tell me that there's people out there capable to fight back. Tell me that. It's crazy, man.
No, you're being crazy because let me give you another example of people who shouldn't have been capable of fighting back. Have you ever heard of Vietnam?
Vietnam? Yep.
Those Vietnamese, the Viet Cong, they shouldn't have been able to fight back. But they fought back and they killed a whole bunch of Americans. And they traumatized a whole bunch of Americans.
Between the jungle, the Vietnamese jungle,
Uh-huh.
and a desert.
The desert with the tunnels and the squirrely Hamas people. You don't underestimate those squirrely Muslims.
Come on, man.
You're acting like they should just bomb the place. You think that Israel should just bomb the place and
No, you know what you should
or
do?
precision
Just
strike.
stop funding this thing. Just stop funding this thing.
Well,
and we'll
good
see
luck
what
with
will
that.
happen to these people. Because if it was not for the U.S., these people will be very, very, very calm right now. Let me say that. And there's a lot of Jews in Israel, of course, but they are the Orthodox Jews who hate Israel too.
I know.
Who was blended in the population way before Israel was created. And there was no problem. They're problematic people, to be honest. They are hard to deal with because they got so much tradition. But everything was going fine. Now they're there. They got U.S. money. They do whatever they want.
I don't buy that everything was going fine. There's always problems.
Now, there are always war, but...
Yeah, and
I
agree. I can agree with you that the UN has never been a good thing. And I believe, from what I heard, that the UN founded Israel, but now Israel exists, and you got to deal with them. So, whatever.
You don't have to.
You claim, but you also think that you don't have to... you don't have to go through the hoops that Trump is going through to deport these people, but you don't know.
You should not to, but
But you're impetuous. You're young and impetuous. You're ideal.
To have a good name in history book.
You're being idealistic rather than living in the real world. In the real world, Jews are here, and you got to deal with them.
Young people are coming up or idealistic, and they're going to take back their country.
Nuh-uh.
So you got to choose your family.
It's going to get worse.
You see what happened with J.D. Vance. at Turning Point events. You've seen it.
What happened with JD at Turning Point?
All these young people ask him questions. Why are we supporting Israel? Why your wife is not a Christian? Why is this? Why is that?
And you think those young people are going to? Do you think those young people are going to take the country back, or are they going to keep on losing it?
Yeah, but because right now they're more political than ever, and they're going to go.
But that doesn't mean that they'll win.
Who took the young people voted for Trump, and that's why he's here right now.
No, boomers voted for Trump way more.
If JD Vance don't say that
you remind me of the blacks.
First, pro-America first, he's gonna lose.
You remind me of the black people who think, oh, we voted for Trump. Well, I don't know if there's any black people who did this, but it's like as if black people, a disproportionate number of black people than usual voted for Trump, even though most didn't. Oh, more young people voted for Trump, even though most didn't. Most young people are brainwashed, man. The young brainwashed people are going to swallow up all you anti-Israel Christians. It's the anti-Israel, anti-white, anti-Christians who are going to win. As long as you guys are angry and making assumptions about us base boomers. What?
No, the boomer and the Gen X are the people who create that situation by being lame and by being,
I know, but you guys have your own way of being...
By listening to rock and roll and smoking pot.
But you're missing the point that you guys have your own ways of being lame, too. You Gen Yers and Millennials and Gen Z and Gen Alphas. You guys are lame and you don't know it. All the young people always think they got it all figured out, and they can point out problems with the boomers, the older boomers, just like the boomers thought that they were better than the generation before them, but the generation before them was better than them.
All right.
Anyway.
Are you crossing your legs when you're sitting?
I don't disclose whether or not I'm crossing my legs like Obama. Or Sleepy Joe Biden.
Let me say that.
I don't disclose.
No, I'm joking, Nick.
All right.
I'm your biggest fan, and I love you.
Yeah, man.
Brother, no homo.
Right on.
And, just fun, man. I don't even care. I'm Canadian. Take back Canadian.
All right.
Come to Canada. Hey, there's a story. Maybe one day I'll call back to talk about the story where Americans try to... take my place, Quebec, and to join the U.S.
Your phone is really messing up all of a sudden, and it's probably on my end, but
okay, no problem. Hey, have a good day. Hey.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, tell me that story another time. Thank you, man.
Yep.
All right, bye. That was fun. Whew. It was long, but whatever. Sometimes I get carried away. Let me get to Jaime in Minnesota here. Jaime, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, good to hear from you. Thanks for calling and holding.
What's up with the Canadians?
The Canadians are, they are suffering.
Mess. Hey, a vassal state is a state that is controlled by another state, a much bigger, more powerful one.
Yeah.
They usually rely on them for money, military, and political help. So I say that to say Israel is a vassal state of the United States of America. And that's why we help them, is because they belong to us, to America. They kind of do our bidding. And what is our bidding? They need eyes and ears over there to know what those other countries are doing.
But Israel is not exactly a vassal state because we have people who are in America who are disproportionately like kind of anti-American, and they're supposedly, I don't know if they're for Israel or against Israel, but they're Israeli or Israeli American or Jewish or whatever. And there's a lot of subversion happening in America, as you know, that's subverting the Christian nation of America. And I don't really blame Israel for that, but there's a lot of Jewish people who have a leading role in the unchristianing of America, the secularization and subversion of America away from freedom of speech and freedom to carry awesome guns and freedom to deport the illegals and stuff like that. They push that racism, anti-Semitism stuff. So I'm with the critics on that issue. I don't know if vassal state. Anyway, interesting point though. They are more reliant on. They need us more than we need them. Although we do kind of. I don't know if we. I've heard different things, so I can't comment. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, you see, there's a lot of problems over there in that part of the world.
Yeah.
And big Satan, little Satan, they want America. Remember the Twin Towers? I don't know if that French-Canadian guy remembers the Twin Towers and what happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, maybe Iran was a part of it.
Well, I don't know if it was the Saudis, but bin Laden tricked a bunch of Saudis into flying planes into our Twin Towers, the World Trade Center.
Yeah, so
Allegedly.
Iran doesn't like us. Okay, they don't like America. America's a big country, right? It's a country is pretty big.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
And in politics, you're going to have good people and evil people. That's the problem with democracy.
That's a fact.
Is you got good and evil.
I know, and
now,
we're trying to limit the evil people voting, but they want democracy where every evil person is voting, and it's a shame. Sorry, go ahead.
Right. And so Trump is for America. Okay?
Yeah, I know.
That
There's no question
Canadian
about that.
guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay?
On that issue, sure. Yeah, he was yapping.
I got no tax on overtime. I got no tax on tips.
Nice.
Okay, I get both of those.
America first.
My federal income is gonna be solo.
Sweet.
Okay.
Income tax.
That was from Trump.
Yeah. Good point.
So the Canadians, they're small. They're like a pimple on the cheek of America. All right? And they're trying to tell us trying to tell Trump what to do and have an opinion. Uh-huh. They don't have a First Amendment right in America. Canadians don't.
Uh-huh.
They got to be quiet about these things. Is my opinion.
Say that one more time. I was perusing the chat. Sorry, I was looking at the Rumble chat. They're flipping out on me. They're done with me.
Well, Israel is a vassal state of America, not officially.
I know. I heard you that.
But
I heard
if
you on
look
that
at
one.
it, yeah, I wanted to smack around the Canadian a little bit, and then jump back onto the Israel, because that's what's more important. Is Israel belongs to America. It's not the other way around. Trump loves America. He's going to do what's right for Americans.
Yeah, that's
and he's
obvious.
not going to just throw away a beautiful country like Israel to the wolves just because the other countries, they have a bunch of evil people in them that don't like it.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't matter what you guys think.
Right.
It's a little bit communist to say that. That Israel is wrong, and because some of the things that Trump does is helping Israel, or they're benefiting from it. It's kind of communist. It's the communist ideology.
It's definitely propaganda. Yeah, it's
changing the goalposts. Well, Trump does this. Well, then you answer the question, and well, he does this too, and this, and this, and this, and not enough.
Yeah,
like,
people living in their heads. They're not living in reality.
So
totally, man.
Yeah, the guy got me off on. I had to call in because he's trying to bash Trump.
Yeah, he was saying that Trump is compromised. There's zero evidence for that.
No, he's not compromised.
He bombs everybody.
That guy is compromised. There's too much commie socialism over there in Canada and in those schools.
Yeah,
that it's kind of seeped into them, even if they think they're a little bit conservative.
they're falling
in
for
their marrows.
they're really falling for the victim propaganda of, oh, these poor Palestinians, they were taken over and they just can't get it together because Israel won't let them. It's lame victim stuff. It's evil.
Yeah. They had some like 60 years to get it together. Not going to wait forever, are we?
I don't know what the real story is, but I can see, you can plainly see the spirit of the typical Palestinian, and you can see the spirit of the typical Israeli and Jewish person too. And neither of them are victims. One just dominates, and the other is just promotes propaganda of victimhood, and the suckers are falling for it.
That's right. Hey,
Yeah.
I saw Alvin Bragg in the debate for that attorney general in New York.
Yeah.
They got two other people, women, a Republican and a Democrat, I think, or something like that. And I got to say, Alvin Bragg looks like a good choice.
Oh, no.
Yeah, those two ladies, they were just
But Alvin
making
Bragg
sense.
is that fat black guy who went after Trump.
That's right.
Oh, no. So he's
And,
looking good, but he's not good. Is that what you're saying?
Well, he's looking, a lot better than the other two, because those other two ladies,
What's he running
they're
for?
gonna attorney general.
Oh, no.
Those other two ladies, they go off on emotion too much. This guy, I bet if you put the right bait in front of him, he'll make the right decision. You know what I'm saying?
You think so? Manhattan
Yeah,
DA. He's a Manhattan DA, and he's running, and he wants to replace that that evil woman as Attorney General of the state of New York.
DA,
He wants
district
to.
attorney.
He's the D.
Isn't
He's
he
running for DA again. He wants reelected.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, DA.
Okay. I thought that you said
So,
Attorney General, but I could
I
have
did.
misheard.
I did. I got mixed up.
Interesting. Okay, so Alvin dodges mentioning his signature Trump case because he went after Trump. He's one of the guys who went after Trump as he run campaigns for DA reelection. Okay. Interesting. Well, that's kind of good that he's avoiding mentioning his signature case against Trump because that means that he knows that was a losing thing to do, an evil thing to do. He accused Trump of falsifying business records or whatever. Phony stuff. These shameless. So a couple of women are running against him, huh?
Yeah.
Even the Republican woman is a no good rhino, huh?
No, she's gonna go too far off into one side, and then she's gonna step in the dung. She's just not good.
Yeah.
But might as well keep the Alvin Bragg guy. Because at least he's a smart man. No, he might be a weak excuse for a man, but he's still a man.
Nice. Well, thank you, Jaime. I appreciate it, man. Good to hear from you.
Okay.
Take care. Bye. And CSAL from Tejas. CSAL, how you doing? Thanks for calling and holding.
Buenos dias, Hake. Thank you for taking my call.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, by the way, congratulations on being monetized. That's freaking awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for the support. The supers.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's a beautiful thing what happens when God opens your eyes. You can't help but see the reality of how things are, like your caller, not Jaime, the other one. When you
Oh, no. CSAL, you went into a dark zone. I can't hear you. You said, and now I can't hear you.
Hello?
There you are. Can you hear me? Go ahead.
Me?
CSAL, are you coming in and out? What's going on? Come out of the bunker. You're in the bunker area of the house. You need to come into this smooth area.
I live in some bunker. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you, I think.
Hope for the best.
Hold on, let me put you on hold because it's still really coming in and out. I'm gonna put you on hold. Hopefully, Derek can straighten it out with you. There might be a better place in the house in which you can station or whatever. Let's get to William 7 in California here. William, number 7. Appreciate you calling and holding, sir. What's up?
You are very welcome, Mr. Hake. Okay, so this is my first time calling in response to another caller from yesterday. I caught your show pretty late.
Nice.
And I think it was Anthony or Tony in SoCal was thinking that I was a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, yeah, because Anthony in Southern California said that every time you call, it seems like you put Jesus down.
I do not. Now, I quoted the scriptures where Jesus said, the Father is greater than I.
Right.
And that I do nothing of my own accord, but that of the Father. And who is my brothers and sisters, but those who do the will of my Father? So I don't know if that's putting him down.
No, it's not.
You were very correct.
Yeah.
So you were very correct, Mr. Hake. I appreciate you understanding that I also think we've been fed a lie that Jesus is God.
Right.
And so my defense of that, because I believe, and shout out to Anthony because he was very calm and cordial and very under control, and I really appreciate that. So basically, the reason why I think John 1:1, when it says, in the beginning was the Word was God, and the Word was with God, I'm thinking the Word basically being God is talking about God, not Jesus. And the fact that Jesus said that he was the express image, yet if you remember, and he even mentioned this, and it's just funny how we can quote the same scriptures and get 3 different theories, is that it said, let us make man in our own image. And so basically we were made in the image of whoever the Elohim was mentioned in Genesis, because remember, Hebrew, Lord means something else than it does in the New Testament because that came from the Greek language. So basically, you can make the argument either way, but you have to solve it. And so that's why I believe that Jesus was our example. And I mentioned this last time, that in Revelation 3 to the church, the lukewarm church, that he said that he wants us to overcome just like he overcame. So Jesus is asking us to overcome sin, death, in the world like he did. So we're going around saying we're rotten sinners and we can never do it. But to me, that's the big lie of Satan, and that Jesus is our example. And so in even Hebrews, he mentioned Hebrews, that the first man was Adam, and then the second one was Jesus. And when you take the first begotten son, when you break down the word begotten from its original language, it means the first one who became fully that of the Father. In other words, everything the Father wanted. And that's backed up in Scripture because Jesus, I think it was on the Mount of Transfiguration, said that, listen to him. This is my beloved Son, who I am well pleased. And so that's never happened, at least in the Scriptures, until Jesus came along. So he was the first fruit. So that's what I'm not going to say believe, that's what the Scriptures say. And so that's why I even said about that the other day about we get in a lot of trouble when we think we need to interpret something.
Yeah.
Because it's just an excuse. It's just another way of what Satan did, is to twist the Scriptures, and that's all we're really doing. Because the only way something needs to be interpreted is if you don't know the language and you have to translate it. And things do get lost in translation. And so nuances do. And so that's what Satan will take and twist those and then get us all arguing, which you have to admit is what's going on Earth.
Totally, man.
We are. And then about Muhammad, like I said, I've been in Muslim countries, so I don't know if Anthony's been in Muslim countries, but I have. And so I don't know who Muhammad is. I never met him.
Uh-huh.
But for someone to say that he's not in heaven, you just made yourself out to be God, because I didn't know Muhammad. I know you didn't know him. And so you laughed when he said that.
Right.
I don't know if you remember, but when you say he's not in heaven, and I don't know if you laughed because, like, what a ridiculous thing to say. Because that's what I think, to say that Muhammad's not in heaven. How do we not know that Muhammad's word has been twisted since, 1,500 years ago? We don't know. And so I just think it's funny that God, and if Jesus, and I'm saying Jesus is on the right hand of the Father, which means the first begotten. He is his right arm. But we don't know if Muhammad's in that crowd in Revelation of those who got martyred. I don't know. Again, we're here 1,500 years thinking we know when we don't.
That's funny. I was laughing. I was laughing because I was kind of agreeing with him, because based on how he was living in his writings and stuff, or not his writings, but people who wrote for him or whatever. He was not a peaceful man.
Talking about
But you're right that we don't know what happened in his life after all that mess happened. I don't know.
Well, hey, I'll even say this,
but I was laughing because the Muhammad Islam religion thing seems like it wouldn't bring him to heaven, because he was following a false idea of God, I think, based on what my understanding. These Muslims.
Well, where did you get your understanding from? People saying they know Muslims, or reading the Quran yourself? That's two different things.
I don't read the Quran. I don't read the Quran, the Hadiths, or anything.
Okay.
But that's
no.
But the Bible's
and all the Hadiths.
But the books are not going to tell me where they are. I'm talking about just the fruits of Islam and the Muslims. Just it seems like they are following a even falser idea of God, maybe even more false an idea of God, if that's possible, than the Christians.
Well, from what I understand, it's the Hadith are just the Muslims' writings of what they think the Quran really means, because the Jews do the same thing about the Talmud and the Mishnah.
Are you saying that that Islam is possibly true and just part of Christianity?
No, I did not say that.
Okay.
I did not say that. I'm making a comparison that there's nothing new under the sun. I remember talking to a Muslim in the mall not too long ago when I was into Bible thumping and evangelizing, and I had no fear. But I remember this one guy said, the Quran it came from God. It is not written by man. And I remember him saying that, and I'm thinking, we say the same thing about the Bible, And so with that being said, not saying that it's true or not, but the Hadith and all those writings are kind of like basically what the fathers think about what Muhammad was really getting at. And the Jews do the same thing with the Zohar and the Mishnah. It's the written oral traditions. And all the religions do the same thing. They take their holy scriptures, and people who think they know, they write about it. And that's true today in Christianity, right down to the Mormons, who we dispute the Book of Mormon and their, what's the other thing? The Book of Mormon, the Pearl of Great Price, and one other thing. And they claim those four with the Bible. So nothing new is under the sun. Everyone is claiming,
based on how Muhammad lived with the killing and all that stuff.
But I can't verify it. I didn't know him, and I wasn't there.
But based on what's written about him with the killing and stuff, are you familiar with what's written about him and all that stuff? What he did allegedly, according to the reports?
Well, what are we? So I'm not talking about. So where did the reports come from?
Are you familiar with it though?
A little bit, only from YouTube. So I don't know if that's a valid thing. I don't know.
So no, you don't know how
that was official.
So you don't know how he lived.
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, you don't know someone unless you actually live with them, right?
Not necessarily.
And are around them. Hey, come on. Really? Okay. So let me ask you this. You seem like a real good, even-keeled guy. You even mentioned that you were blessed to have the upbringing in the Christian environment that you had, and I believe it shows. But have you ever made people like angry, and have you done stuff that you wish you wouldn't have? I'm going to assume you have. You're what, 43?
44. So is this
okay? So anyway, have you done things?
Are you still talking about the Muhammad could be in heaven?
No, I'm talking about you.
No. But this is related to the Muhammad could be in heaven, But because you said he is in heaven,
I'm not gonna say that. It's up to God.
Okay.
God said, "I will judge," and so did Jesus.
All right.
So I don't know.
I don't remember what you said
really
anymore. I remember you suggested that he's up in heaven with Jesus.
I said he may be up in heaven.
Okay.
I said may.
All right.
Be up in
may
heaven.
or may not be. All right.
Exactly.
So.
But and he said he listened to it over and over, which cracked me up. And I've done that before. I've listened to stuff to make sure I got it right and I got the words right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I said he may, and if I didn't, I meant to say he may, because if I didn't, I misspoke. I'll pull a Clinton, a Hillary. I misspoke. I mean, I was at work
because Anthony in SoCal knows all about Muhammad, and so you can question him about what he knows about Muhammad. But
and I will say this: it's only what he's read. It's only what he's read, and
Fair
that
enough.
was how long ago? Muhammad was 600 years after Christ, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, that I do know.
Nice.
Or at least that's what I read. I'm sorry. I read that. Okay. So the difference between knowing, yeah. So you remember the book of Job when his friends, when God got mad at his three friends that thought they knew and they were spouting off. No, you did something wrong when he didn't. And God admonished them for who is this that darkens counsel without knowledge? In other words, they were just assuming. They just assumed Job sinned and he didn't. But we got the privilege because we have the book, the whole scripture. And yet the one guy that showed up who was young was looking at it from the outside and realized that those guys, and he rebuked his three friends. And then God turned around and lifted up that young man and then rebuked Job.
I got you.
Being
I get
fooled by
your
him.
point.
So
I
anyway,
get your point.
So that's it. All
Thank
right,
you,
man.
sir.
I'm going to let you go. I just, again, I want to respectfully thank Anthony and SoCal for bringing that up, and I hope I was able to clear up some stuff. And if we ever want to have a discussion, I'd be for it.
Right on, man. Take care.
All right, man. Shout out, guys. Bye.
Bye. And I think CSAL's phone is cleared up. CSAL, thanks for calling and holding there, and thanks for fixing your phone, I say in faith and hope.
Me too. That makes two of us. Is that better?
I hope so. Go ahead.
Right. So the litmus test for me, Hake, is I saw the cute trans baby murdering team love, and I was like, wait a second, am I wrong?
CSAL, your phone is not better, actually. It's going dead. It's kind of coming in and out. She must live in the boonies. Let me put you on hold one more time. One more time. Yeah, it's not working. Let me put her on hold one more time. Oh, she hung up. Okay. Sorry, CSAL. Maybe another day. Or you can call back and see if your phone is better. Maybe she has to count to 30. Maybe she has to count to 45. Yeah, that issue is not on my end, for sure. Anyway, nice. She lives in Obama area, must be. Before I get to you guys calls, back to you guys calls, and your super chats, I would like to cover some mess that's going on in the world, you know? Oh, you know what? That was somewhat interesting. What if I go in over here? I feel like there might have been something else there. Shall we play this? How long is this? 3 minutes? Let's hear J.D. Vance talking with this person. J.D. Vance was talking with, he was at a TPUSA event, right? I guess he was debating students in honor of Charlie. This is from Fox News, Oxford, Mississippi. I guess that's at Ole Miss. O-L-E, miss, M-I-S-S. And so, let me make sure that this is not too blasting. Check this out, hopefully.
I'm a Christian man, and I'm just confused why that there's this notion that we might have owe Israel something, or that they're our greatest ally, or that we have to support this multi-hundred-billion-dollar foreign aid package to Israel to cover this, to quote Charlie Kirk, ethnic cleansing in Gaza. I'm just confused why this idea has come around, considering the fact that not only does their religion not agree with ours, but also openly supports the prosecution of ours.
Yeah, so
I think he meant persecution of our religion.
Let's say a few things about this. First of all, when the President of the United States says America first, that means that he pursues the interests of Americans first. That is our entire foreign policy. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to have alliances, that you're not going to work with other countries from time to time, and that is what the president believes, is that Israel, sometimes they have similar interests to the United States, and we're going to work with them in that case. Sometimes they don't have similar interests to the United States. And this example, the most recent Gaza peace plan that all of us have been working on very hard for the past few weeks, the president of the United States could only get that peace deal done by actually being willing to apply leverage to the state of Israel. So when people say that Israel is somehow manipulating or controlling the president of the United States, they're not controlling this president of the United States, which is one of the reasons why we'd be able to have some of the success that we've had in the Middle East. Now, you ask about, sort of Jews disagreeing with Christians on certain religious ideas. Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the realities is that Jews do not believe that Jesus Christ is the Messiah. Obviously, Christians do believe that. There are some significant theological disagreements between Christians and Jews. My attitude is, let's have those conversations. Let's have those disagreements when we have them. But if there are shared areas of interest, we ought to be willing to do that too. For example, one thing I really, really care about is the preservation of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. Christians believe that that is the site where Jesus Christ was crucified, and also that his tomb is right there as well. My attitude is, if we can work with our friends in Israel to make sure that Christians have safe access to that site, that's an obvious area of common interest. I am fine with that. What I'm not okay with is any country coming before the interests of American citizens, and it is important for all of us, assuming we're American citizens, to put the interest of our own country first. That's what we're going to do. That's what we try to do every single day, I promise you. Thank you.
Okay, so that was a different clip from what... entirely from what JLP was wanting from Derek. Interesting, so that was what the confusion was. Because at a different point, somebody said...
worked very hard, and because he made his vision a reality. And Charlie was effective because he was courageous, because he worked very hard, and because he made his vision a reality. And so if you care about this country, as I know all of you do, don't just complain about social media. Get up and get involved in a campaign. If you want a better policy outcome, even from an administration that you voted for, then get out and get involved and making your voice heard. If you care about this...
Blah, blah, blah. I like the beginning where he's talking about Charlie Kirk was...
Charlie was effective because he was courageous, because he worked very hard,
nice.
And because he made his vision a reality.
That part I like, especially the courageous and work very hard. I think that's true about Charlie Kirk. Shout out. Oh, Lord. Boomer. Boomer Tech. That's Hake. Nice. Sweet. JD Vance, when people say Israel is somehow manipulating or controlling the president of the United States, they're not controlling this president. The president could only get the Gaza peace deal done by being willing to apply leverage to Israel. And I read that, who are those people? Hamas? I probably mentioned it to you guys. I know I mentioned it in my debate. Did you guys catch my debate? Versus, and Charlie Kirk might. versus was Trump the right pick over what's her name? If we mosey on back to the Hake report, and we can I jump up? Is there a way to jump up? I would love. Oh Lord, how do I do this? I'm such a boomer. Okay, anyway, what? There's no way to jump up. Look at that. I just have to go all the way over here. If we mosey on down over here, debate, was Trump the right pick over Kamala over on the HakeReport.com. If you scroll down to the last little entry here. I mentioned that Hamas realized, oh my gosh, Bibi doesn't control. They said, oh, you know what? Bibi actually doesn't control Trump. So now, okay, we'll agree to this peace thing. Right on. You like this GIF? Nice. So anyway, if we mosey on back to my thingamajigger, then I feel like there might be other things to mention. Before I get back to the calls, let's shake things up a bit. Let's listen to this entertaining woman. By entertaining, I mean black. Michelle Obama, this is old. This is from a little bit ago. She's talking about affirmative action. Hopefully this doesn't blast your ears. And Wokeness posted this. I shall retweet it for you. It's from like a week, almost, it's like 2 weeks ago. It went viral, I guess you could call it. All of my scores said I did not belong in Princeton. She got there by affirmative action. Affirmative action first lady. Check this out.
I wasn't good on SATs, so all the scores said you don't belong at Princeton. And there were people who saw me, saw the color of my skin, and said, you're aiming too high. And that was my first insecurity of thinking, well, maybe I don't belong here.
So how did you overcome that belief that you don't belong?
I got there and I looked around and went, oh my God, a lot of bright people, but there were a lot of people that were just, and sort of realized that affirmative action isn't just the color. I wasn't good on
Isn't just the color of your skin. So she appeared on a podcast, or she was on her podcast and talking with this white guy.
SATs. So all the scores said you don't belong.
She wasn't good on SATs. I wonder what she got. Did she get like 1,300? That's not too bad.
At Princeton. And there were people who saw me.
I made up the 1,300 number.
Saw the color of my skin and said, you're aiming too high. And that was my first insecurity of thinking, well, maybe.
I like this part where she looked around and started judging the people as not very smart. Probably, I wonder if Trump had been her classmate, she might have judged him as not very smart, because he's disarmingly approachable and simple, a simple man, but not simple as in stupid, simple as in wise.
I don't belong here.
So how did you overcome that belief that you don't belong?
I got there and I looked around and went, oh my God, a lot of bright people, but there were a lot of
bright people, Maze type favorite people
that were just, and sort of realized that affirmative action isn't just the color. I wasn't.
Anyway, so nice. There she is. I think that she's probably was underestimating the brilliance of, this is my take. This is my speculation about her judgment on these fellow people at Princeton University. First of all, when you look around and you judge somebody as not very smart, it doesn't mean that they're not very smart. It means that you're judging them as not very smart. That could be her. Like I just pointed out with the Trump thing. Trump is very smart, but he comes off as normal, regular. That's another sign of him being very smart. And I don't know, I forget where Trump went, some other college, right? And so an insecure, judgmental person, I hear about it all the time. Joe from Phoenix thinks he's so smart. Ronnie from Ohio thinks he's so smart. Who are all these other people? Maze from Dayton, Ohio thinks she's so smart. And Hake thinks he's so smart. And so you get puffed up on your little judgmental horse. You don't know. And second, there was this thing, and it's been going on a long time, called grade inflation. And with affirmative action, they lowered the standards of everybody. Everybody doesn't have to do a good job anymore. The founders, at the time of the founders and the old time people, they were brilliant and at a pretty young age. Or were they? Maybe we're overestimating their brilliance. But they had to be responsible at a young age. And now they're diminishing the responsibility. College people aren't smart. Some are. And they're very unwise. College people are not wise. That's why they get roped into all kinds of dumb stuff like pro-Palestine or LGBT or 1% or 99. We are the 99% mess. So, thumbs down. Mildly attractive former so-called first lady, but not very ladylike. And she is a woman. Forget you guys. Don't say that, kids, about forget people, I guess. I feel like it's okay to say. Okay, anyway, some super chats, everybody. I guess I'll get her off of the page for you guys. Let me read these super chats. Oh, you know what? If we mosey on up to the Hake report and click, you can't click this GIF anymore. I changed it to where you click this live button and you find here. But I don't know if I can see the super chats. Can I see them? I wonder if I can see them. I can probably see them and show them to you guys. Huh. Let's do timestamps. I like timestamps. No, I'm not going to show the moderation activity. How do I find... fan funding. Hey, check this out. I found a way to find the super chats more easily. Let's find out if I can scroll. Nice. Hey, see, Hake, not such a boomer after all, huh? Respect, Hake. What? You monetized? There's those white Hispanic celebration hands. Thank you, CSAL, and I appreciate your efforts at calling in. I really do appreciate callers as well as super chatters. Heathens, angry face emoji, says she. Probably about the Halloween celebrate whores. She had a great story about this gal whom she saw, and then she got that gal got pregnant out of wedlock and mess. I forget what the story was. Cadsway has yellow man and red man hands doing the high five, or a sunburnt hand and a... Anyway, nice. Thank you, Cadway. Thank you for the sticker. And another from C. Saladito. I'll say it here, Hake. It's very telling that LGBTQ trans liberals are the Israel haters. Satan can't deceive real Christians. God bless Israel, says she. Yeah, but there's some anti-trans people who are kind of Israel haters. Like our future president, I don't know if he's a hater, and I don't know if he's fair-minded completely. He may be fair-minded. I listened to him on his the Tucker podcast. Now, I remained somewhat understanding, of course, fairly understanding, but unconvinced on my own thing. In terms of the support for Israel, you know, he may be right about different things. And there are people totally flipping out unfairly against Tucker and Nick. Not our Nick. People are unfair against our Nick, too, of course. Hey, look at Cloud Bops. Hopefully he doesn't slip in a cuss word in there. I'm just kidding around. GG. I forget what GG stands for. Game controller, the old school kind, similar to the Nintendo. Original in Nintendo is square edges. And it was like a rectangular prism. Very beautiful. But I don't even think that Nick Fuentes is really deceived necessarily. But some of the people are deceived because they're angry. Nick Fuentes doesn't seem angry. Maybe he is, but I don't see it. I haven't seen it. I know he's gotten into fights with people, but that's just young, immature stuff. It's just people don't realize better. And so nice. So anyway, shout out all you guys. Look at all that. Look at that. See me in them? Look at Cloud Bops. What's GG stand for? GG Video Game Vernacular Abbreviation Meaning. GG is a video game for good game. Oh, nice. Hey, sweet. So thank you guys for your YouTube super chats. That's fun. Supers, YouTube. And I gotta get to these super chats over on buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. And I will get to you guys, you callers. There is one line open, one opened up. Oh, yeah. All right. So I think I left off Cesar or Cesar. I read this one. Thank you, sir. Angban Art says, God is like Gollum. We made it. Yes, we made the earth precious. Divided light from darkness we did. Yes, worship us. He's kind of making fun of Anthony. This one he slipped in late. Not too late. I saw it late. Okay, so he slipped this one in yesterday toward the end of the show, but it was before the end of the show, but I missed it. Thank you, Angban Art, because Anthony, like many, believe that Jesus is part of God, and that's why God said, let us make man in our image, meaning that he is God, and God is God, the Father is God, but also the Son is God, and maybe also like the Holy Spirit is God, and whereas the Father is God. And he's like, hey, guys, let's make man in our image, because you guys are in my image. Let's make man in our image. And nice. Thank you, sir. Jermaine in Canada, I think. Sup, James Sharpshooter 007, who never misses. One shot, one kill. Although I do miss, that's why I do the disclaimer. Some of the info I presented here on the screen and some of the info I say and callers and super chatters may be false. This is a long one, but I think Tony needs it, and he spells it the girly way. Tony, tone. Matthew 23:31-46, New Jerusalem Bible, which is the Catholic translation, when the Son of Man comes in his glory, escorted by all the angels, he will take his seat on the throne of glory. All nations will be assembled before him, and he will separate people one from another as the shepherd separates sheep from goats. He will place the sheep on his right hand and goats on his left. The king will say to those on his right hand, come, you whom my Father has blessed. Take as your heritage the kingdom prepared for you since the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food, thirsty, and you gave me drink, a stranger, and you made me welcome, lacking clothes, and you clothed me, clothed me sick, and you visited me in prison, and you came to see me. Pardon my running those things together. The upright will say to him in reply, Lord, when did we see you hungry or feed you, thirsty and give you drink? When did we see you a stranger and make you welcome, lacking clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to see you? The king will answer, in truth I tell you, insofar as you did this for one of the least of these brothers of mine, you did it to me. Then he will say to those on his left, go away from me with your curse upon you, to the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you never gave me food. Thirsty, you never gave me anything to drink. A stranger, you never made me welcome. Lacking clothes, and you never clothed me. Sick and in prison, and you never visited me. Then it will be their turn to ask, Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty, a stranger or lacking clothes, sick or in prison, and did not come to your help? Then he will answer, in truth I tell you, insofar as you neglected to do for the least of these, you neglected to do it for me. And they will go away to eternal punishment, and the upright to eternal life, says Jesus in Matthew 25:31-46, New Jerusalem Bible, per Jermaine. Thank you, sir. And he said that one is for Tony. Interesting that you say it's for Tony. Because Tony would probably misinterpret it as for us, because we're not for the government doing it, taking care of the people, right? Letting the prisoners out and feeding the hungry, and all that mess. And the thirsty, I'm thirsty right now. Catch the Fallen State coming up, by the way. Nice. Jermaine, thank you, sir. More coffees. This one from Eric. Eric, thank you. Eric says, women's God is the serpent because they're evil. And that's a quotation, perhaps from JLP. Evil spirits, demons, sirens, mermaids, Jezebel, succubus, temptress women use any opportunity to break the man's spirit through hypnosis. By enticing him with immoral thoughts, he goes unconscious and they suck his soul. Wow. The children of the lie, validate everyone for their participation by saying, there's something wrong with you for not being festive. And that's Halloween jack-o'-lantern emoji. The devil beats your weak spirit into submission. Halloween is not Christian, says. Halloween is not Christian. Let me get out of the habit of saying says the person, right? Halloween is not Christian. Doesn't matter how something began or was turned into, if evil turned it into Satan worship. 1645, Jamie Kennedy and JLP. Happy Halloween! Boo emoji. Let's see. 1645.
Any male that get angry or emotional is a female. He's a woman.
You gotta be whole.
Yeah.
Not out of control.
Right. The blacks are a mess. What's wrong with the black?
What do you feel about the N-word?
No such thing as racist.
Where did you get this information?
And then I'm not done yet.
Okay.
What a mess.
The power. Did you ever see the movie Dracula?
A long time ago, yeah.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah.
Did you see when all the women were tempting him? And they were like, you understand what sirens are? Satan sirens.
No, not really.
Sirens are like sexy women that tempt you.
Okay.
Do you know what succubus is?
No.
Succubus is a woman that can suck your soul. You've ever heard that?
No, but it makes sense.
Mermaids.
Yeah.
They say they whisper to you and then they get you and eat you.
Whoa.
That's what every woman do to every man.
So how would the world be set up for you then? How would we...
Thank you, man. I appreciate the little tip there. Courtesy of Eric. That was JLP, Jesse Lee Peterson, on Jamie Kennedy's little podcast there. Nice. Shout out. Sweet. All right. More supers. Cesar Cesar. Sup, Hake. I enjoyed the call with Michael from Canada. I somewhat agree with him, but I wouldn't use the word bought or control when it comes to Israel and Trump. The money given to Trump was more to make him pro-Israel, meaning he has to look the other way for most of their shenanigans, but also support them and back them up. Like signing executive orders to combat anti-Semitism, all one word, no hyphen to make it seem real. You know, the word that has an ever-changing meaning. Or stepping in to bomb Iran when the U.S. had nothing to do with their Iran and Israel conflict. JFK didn't play well with Israel and coincidentally paid the ultimate price, claims he. Coincidentally, just a coincidence. Some people think that that it's not a coincidence, but Cesar or Caesar and I both think that that is a coincidence, and he was killed for something else, and who knows what, right? Or maybe it's not a coincidence. I don't know. So Trump isn't controlled, but more like influenced, Be safe and easy, everybody. But would you say he's compromised? Because of course he's influenced. We all influence one another. Of course he's influenced. I think that Trump would be acting the same way even had Miriam Adelson, beautiful Miriam. Are you more pro-America or are you more pro-Israel? Trump asked her. Trump is so real. I don't think that the money really played into it. But who am I? I may be naive, but maybe you guys are naive because you assume and you follow your thoughts. So I don't know. Would you say compromised? Answer that thing if he's compromised. Because influenced, I'm not going to fight you because everybody's who's not influenced. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Also, a fun fact from Cesar or Cesar. I pasted my first coffee into Grok and asked if it agreed with my coffee, and it said, other than the JFK assassination claim, it agrees with everything else I stated regarding Trump being influenced by Israel. But influence is such a soft, easy word. Who's not influenced by Israel? Literally everybody is influenced by Israel. If you're thinking about Israel, you're influenced by Israel. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Yes, I do. Tennis shoe. Even the rebels, the rebellious, they're like, I'm not influenced by Israel. You're thinking about Israel. You're influenced. Shout out. Anyway. You know what I mean? Anyway. Nice. Thank you, Cesar Cesar. Also, Grok is liberal and not to be trusted. Grok needs the disclaimer, info may be... Grok includes a disclaimer, info may be false. All right, so anyway, I'm abusing my callers. Art in Ohio is on the phone here. Art, thank you for calling and holding, sir.
Hey, what's up? First thing first, Cesar from Cesar. Hey, yeah, I am. Yeah, well, you can try that liberal/progressive manipulative move or not, but yeah, definitely, Israel's definitely on my mind, and they are not influencing American nor American culture. And the reason why Israel is on my mind or whatnot is because it's coming out of my paycheck. That's why they on my mind. Just like a whole bunch of illegal aliens is on my mind. You know what I mean? But that don't mean that they influence. No, my taxpayer money is influencing you. So don't try to play that backwards in between the leg WNBA rookie move, man. Yeah, they definitely on my mind. The second thing is Vance is all cool or whatnot, but I like what he was saying or whatnot, but my problem is with Vance is he trying to be a little too what's the word? He's trying to be
politician-like?
Politician and nicey or whatnot when they talk about Israel, but I don't appreciate how Israel was trying to take advantage of us conservative Americans, even though we wasn't in office or whatnot. When Joe Biden was in office, they was trying to take advantage of Joe Biden, knowing dang well he was mentally incognitive. So that's a big slap in the face to American people like me. That's what I want to talk about as far as with them. They manipulative just like the Democrats are manipulative or whatnot, and they tried to manipulate Joe Biden or whatnot when try to manipulate Joe Biden because they knew he wasn't cognitive or whatnot. So, yeah, that's what I need to hear J.D. Vance saying or whatnot on that note or whatnot.
So Israel was manipulating Biden?
Yeah, they was coming just like Zelensky was manipulating Joe Biden. Just kept coming over here asking for missiles and this and this and this and that. And remember when he came over here, he went to was it the White House or Congress or whatnot? He went in there and told on national TV Zelensky that America needs to give us some bombs or whatnot after we had just sent them bombs or whatnot.
Maybe.
He told them I definitely remember that. And Israel's the same way. They feel like just because we've been sponsoring and giving them money that they can come talk to us any type of way, and it don't work like that. And that's why I need JD and anybody else who think they're going to be running any parties around here to understand, if we are influencing, we run the show. You don't run nothing. I don't care where you from, man. America's the big show. I don't care you first generation, any of that. You don't run nothing. I'm an 80s baby. I remember when America was going over there with the Saddam stuff, how they used to act when the Americans used to hit the American soil over there when they was fighting in Saddam, because I had cousins that were going over there when they was fighting Saddam, and they would come back to the family reunions and tell how the foreigners would act. So I know the real America, how everybody acts when them boosters and everybody in the real Americans in their face, because they know we real fighters. So all this, these new generations don't know how to respect that they supposed to have. They supposed to. They supposed to have respect, but all the respects have been lost because you've been having a whole bunch of liberals running everything, and they've been basically giving them everything for free or whatnot.
Your cousins, were they in the early to mid 2000s Iraq war, or the 90s one?
That was like
early 90s.
Like mid 90s, like 96, 97.
So the Bush, the daddy.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay,
yeah.
Wow.
For sure, and they used to come. They was over there, boots on the ground. They come back when they came back or whatnot from over there. They was at the family reunion. I sat around, I listened to the stories, and I had a couple of cousins and his friends that you sit around your family and they was talking about it or whatnot. But so my second thing is I was with a female the other day, and she was saying that she said she was scared to go to the grocery store. And you know why she was saying that she was scared to go to the grocery store, right?
Because of the shoplifting and riots and stuff over the EBT thing?
Yeah, allegedly because of EBT. And the whole time I'm thinking in the back of my head, ain't this what Art predicted? I could have swore. I mean, and then the second thing is,
so your friend, the female to whom you spoke, does she have food stamps, or is she scared of the food stamps people stealing and being violent?
No, she work a full job with us. She don't get food stamps, none of that.
Okay.
So she, I guess, is basically saying she's scared because she probably been seeing all the little propaganda that they've been putting on TikTok about if they don't get their food stamps, that they gonna be taking other people's stuff or whatnot. And you know that's what the liberals do.
Yeah.
You can get on anything and say a couple words. Either they gonna be scared or they gonna be 100% locked in, just like with the BLM scam or whatnot.
Yeah.
But the whole time I'm thinking or whatnot, when she telling me that she's scared to go shopping or whatnot, I'm thinking in the back of my head, maybe you should stop voting for Democrats, honey.
True. That's right.
What? Y'all been voting all these years for Democrats, and y'all don't got up in age, and now y'all scared to go shop because the people that you voted for don't made it so bad. Y'all keep voting for 40, 30-something years, and y'all been, it's like you think that they been walking around with their eyes closed.
I know.
Like in their ears, with their ears tapped out or whatnot. You know what I mean? To where they don't hear and see anything, to where you don't got all these years, and you've been voting for these people, and now you scared to go shop in a Democratic area, a liberal area. You go, you scared to go shop around the same people that's voting for the same policy. So basically, the liberals is eating themselves.
Yep. It's their own fault. That's interesting.
And so my thing is this, so all this, they keep saying opening up the EBT. No, I think they need to keep it shut down because this is exposing a lot of stuff, and this is a form of a tactic to way that we can get these people that ain't supposed to be on food stamps out of America and off of food stamps. Don't open and give nobody no EBT nothing. And that one Canadian caller or whatnot, he was definitely right on a certain point. They need to be getting into the judges or whatnot. Trump needs to be getting with them judges and going into these people's houses or whatnot, flying the planes over these houses with infrared on the helicopters and finding these people and getting them up out of here expeditiously and quit playing games. And the Bible ain't being altered because it was written down on metal scrolls or whatnot, and it's been verified. Ain't nothing changed from out the Bible. This is a straight fact. So everything that's in the Bible today is the same thing that was written on scrolls. And no, Muhammad can't go to heaven or whatnot because Muhammad and Islam is two different religions than Christian. He ain't nowhere in heaven, and he plagiarized the Bible or whatnot. So when you bring Muhammad up in the same sentence as Jesus or Yahweh, anything to do with Israelite or Judah or Christian Judea beliefs, you are being disrespectful to my Father God, the Creator of heaven and earth. Muhammad don't got nothing to do with my Father God. God bless you, Hake. I'll catch you later. Appreciate you for your time. Have a good Friday.
All right, Art. I appreciate it, man. Take care.
Yes, sir.
All right. I was starting to show this thing. This person wrote, not only at 55, at age 55, because this person says if you weren't born in America, you shouldn't be eligible to receive SNAP or any other government benefits. Why should anybody who immigrated here at 55 receive Social Security? Not only at 55, says this person, skeptic underscore ape. I've seen people over 65 apply for Social Security and get it with subsidized rent, food stamps, free phone, subsidized utilities, first week they arrive, meaning to America, immigrants, right? Also Medicaid, one of them had Parkinson's and got in-home nursing and all benefits on the first month. All their relatives living in the same condition. Places like in Baltimore, as far as the eye can see, subsidized apartment buildings. I have even seen 3 people live in an apartment. When one turns 18, they get their own everything. Some rent them to illegals, even to other people, and get additional income from that. In those blocks, you see more Cadillac Escalades than anywhere else, and most of these people, mostly from the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Puerto Rico, do not work or study. They just hang out. Those people immigrated with sponsorship of a relative, chain migration, that showed they could take care of them if needed. That is never enforced. What a mess. That's according to this person. Now, of course, info may be false. Take it with a grain of salt. But I wouldn't be surprised. Some of these, you know how we've said a lot of these immigrants are go-getters. And they are go-getters, but go get them by way of shenanigans and dishonest means is sometimes the go-get-em stuff that they do. Meaning these immigrants, they scam the welfare state. Crazy, huh? Just thought I would just throw that in there for you guys. Now, I don't take a position on the Muhammad question, whether he's in heaven or not. But yeah, I'm interested. What a mess. Shout out, by the way, side note. Welfare fraud, we shall call it. Quick super chat, since I see it from Steven, and it's a coffee emoji thingamajigger. Is it over here? Nope, that's not it. It's here. Yeah, there it is. You see it? Is that coffee or is that wine in a mug? It looks kind of reddish. I disclaim, unless it's the blood of Jesus. Nice. Poured out for you. Lord have mercy. Oh, what am I thinking? All right, so what a mess, huh? Terrible. All right, let me just double check on these. I don't like to leave coffees over the weekend, you know? Let's check Ko-fi, Ko-fi, and Cash App, because sometimes you guys sneak Cash Apps in on me. And shout out to the people over there on the Rumble crew. Very nice. Let me get to Rick in Hampton, VA. The Fallen State's coming up next, guys. Rick, thanks for calling and holding, sir. Go ahead.
What's up, James, my brother? What's going on with you?
Not much. How about you?
Hey, nothing. It's nice and sunny here in Hampton, VA. It's Halloween. So happy Halloween to you.
Thank you, sir.
Y'all get some kids some candy.
Right on.
But yeah, so, well, y'all gonna pass out any candy for the kids?
I don't know.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
checking, though. But yeah,
It's
so what do you
dangerous
think?
times around here in L.A.
You know, it's definitely changed, man. I remember when I was growing up, James, trick-or-treating used to be really fun, man. We used to love to just get out and just go trick-or-treating, man. We didn't care how old we were. We would go trick-or-treating, man. But nowadays, man, the kids will go to the malls and the churches and maybe 2 or 3 blocks, and that's it.
Yeah, we wouldn't
so-
go to strangers' houses to trick-or-treat whenever we trick-or-treated.
Mm-hmm.
We went over to grandma's
Right.
house and then sometimes the other grandma's house. And we dressed up and met with the cousins and stuff, and it was fun. That's it. It was just a little family thing.
Fun, you know.
And we would dress up for to go to school on Halloween day. I remember dressing up as a dog. I was my dog Jake Hake.
Man, those were the days, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really fun now, but now it's crazy. What's up, DP? You know, and what you see now, man, is it's crazy, man. It's no morals or nothing.
Yeah.
No morals, none of that.
Totally.
And, it's sad. It really is. No morals, no fathers in the homes. Seeing the Democratic Party praise that.
Yeah.
No, you can make it. You know, if I can tell any young lady, save your womb till you get married because you lower your dating value.
That's true.
You know,
don't be doing
lower
this.
your dating value.
It's a plain, obvious law of nature and nature's God that that nobody should be having the fornication thing, I guess, right?
Right.
But it's worse when women do it. It's worse for everyone involved when women do that.
Oh man, especially got 2 or 3 daddies.
Yeah.
I don't care how nice it is. That means I gotta marry you, them 3 baby daddies,
No, that's
and all that myth.
Right.
And I don't even want to be a part of it.
Of course. A wise man wouldn't. That would be selfish, honestly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, honestly, once you get a kid, before you get married, you should wait till you're grown before you do get married.
Wait till they're grown? Yeah. I was always taught, because I was raised all Christian-y with the Bible stuff, and I think it might be right, that you shouldn't even remarry at all. Once you divorce, that's it.
Yeah, that is the truth.
You shouldn't even divorce, but,
That's right.
But that's the Christian-y thing. I get that life is different because,
as
Jesus said, people's hearts are hard.
Exactly. And most times, people divorce. Even when somebody commits adultery, it says you can put them away, but remain unmarried.
Yeah.
And even I'm on my second one. I had to learn that myself. And but a lot of times, we never allow God to even send us our spouses. Man, we go out there, find them in clubs.
Strictly speaking, do you think that you should not have remarried?
My first marriage, my wife, my ex-wife abandoned me.
She left.
So I wait my first marriage.
Yeah, and you had kids by her.
She abandoned me. Yeah, I had a son by her.
Okay.
And she didn't want the marriage, and went on her own. So I waited about 8 years, and then eventually I did remarry.
Okay.
And do I regret it? No, I don't.
I'm not asking if you regret it. I'm just saying, strictly speaking, do you think that you were wrong to remarry?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because I apologized to my stepdad. I said, hey, look, I'm sorry for taking you from your mom. You know, but I was just trying to be the best dad I could to you. And it's like what Jesse said, stepkids, they just don't accept. Even when you hear them talk about their stepdad, they say, he's a good man. Oh, yes, he's a good man, but they never say they love him.
Right.
Never. I hardly ever heard stepkids say they love their stepdad. They say he's a nice man. They'll say all that. They'll say, oh, he's a nice man, he was good to us, but they'll never say they love him.
Yeah. Interesting, man.
I would, so they'll tell me, man, I drove him crazy. I know I drove him crazy. And they would never say they love him.
Yeah.
So that's another reason.
Well, Rick,
to me,
I got to wrap up here, man.
Go.
It's good. It's fun talking with you, though, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, as always, thank you for taking my call, James, man. Happy Halloween, man. Y'all have a good weekend, man. I'll try and tune in for church service with y'all Sunday, man. Well, love you guys. God bless y'all. Be safe. Keep it safe. The whole staff at JLP, Nick Show, Yo Show, Derek, all the staff. Have a good long weekend. Be blessed.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And the same to all of y'all. Take care, guys. Peace in the Middle East, or at least in your hearts. Bye.